Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, and today I'll be doing 71 laps around the Red Bull ring, starting from the back of the grid as Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari. So actually, like, the only way to be able to even start from the back of the grid on this game is to just crash into a wall, because it's I don't know why, but it's the only way you're even able to start from the very back. And as we're waiting for the lights to go out, and as they finally do, we get a decent start off the line. It's okay. We literally make like one position and cut turn one as well. We don't even take it. We just cut the corner, but we do make one. Pretty sure it's two positions. But up into turn three, we just go for it and make the overtake and put ourselves up into 17th. So we do, which it's good stuff. And so up into turn two, I try and make an overtake on the Mercedes, and I just lose the end plate of the front wing, but we're still able to make the overtake, and we actually somehow make two positions, get some good traction out of turn three. So on the lap 3 now, and coming up in turn 3, we just go for it, two cars in one pretty much, and somehow we actually make the overtake work. So we do, and Alpine actually was able to come back at us and take 13th, but I went later on the break and managed to keep 13th. So, and yeah, so pretty much each lap we were just making moves, like every single lap. So we were, and we went round the outside of the Red Bull to get up into 12th, and just two positions off the top 10. So we were, and it's pretty early in the race as well. The car was pretty good, and on lap 5 again, it was just pretty much made an overtake down into turn 4. Got in the slipstream of the Williams and went round the outside. Got overtake done, and he actually tried to come back at us, and I think we touched that, I don't know, but he tried to come back at us, and we move up into 11th. On lap 6, we were just able to, it was just all about pretty much just trying to close that gap down as much as I could. So it was, and because the cars ahead were all fighting for positions, it allowed us to gain time, and throughout lap 6 I was just able to gain time, which allowed me on to lap 7 to go down the inside of the Haas into turn 4, and just able to keep it around the outside. The Haas comes back at us to try and keep 10th, but just going down the inside and was able to keep and just able to retake 10th in that and keep that position. So we were. So on lap 10 we were able to catch up to the battle for 6th. So we were, as our teammate gets up into 6th, so he does, and up into turn 3 we make the overtake on the Mercedes. We just send it down the inside and we make contact with the Mercedes, and we move up into 9th, and then down in turn 4 we absolutely send it and move up into 8th, and on lap 12 we were able to move up into 7th. So we were, so in the space of like 2 laps we were able to make 4 positions. So we were, which was quite good, and considering for this part of the race, if we wanted to try and put ourselves into the top 5. And so on lap 21 we finally decided we'd come into the pits to get rid of the tyre that we were on. So we did, and this tyre was absolutely gone by this stage, and this was now the stint where we had to make sure that we put in a very, very good stint, because it would be important for later in the race. And on lap 24, we dip a wheel onto the gravel and we just absolutely spin out, and we get hit by the racing bull, and which gave us damage, which would affect me later on during the race. And this damage would prove that it would affect our race, as the Haas retakes 7th and puts us down into 8th, but we get decent traction out of turn 3, get the DRS open, and we sit in the slipstream, and we go down the inside of the Haas, which is on the better tyre, and we're just able to get not the greatest traction, but we were still able just to keep with the Haas. And on lap 37, we decided it was time for another set of tyres, as again this set was absolutely ruined, and this would be the last pit stop of the race, so it would. And this would have had to be the stint that would have meant that we could challenge for the top 5. So it did, and it was quite an important stint, to say the least. This second stint had to be good, and coming out of pits we get overtaken by the Aston Martin, which the lap after we were able to re-overtake, so we were, and this was now pretty much just trying to carve our way into the top 5, and down in the turn 4, which has been a popular overtaking point for me in the race, we move up into 14th, so we do, which is important for this race, and we were able to catch up to the Red Bull and Williams ahead, which we were able to overtake, so we were. Snow pits, so he does, and just able to get by the Williams quite easily up in the turn 1, and just started catching up as the Haas has a big slip, which technically allows us to have a go for it up into turn 3, and we just have better straight line speed, and we go later on the brakes than the Haas and end up making it into 9th, so we do. And so on lap 66 or 71 we get lapped by the leader, so we do, which isn't great. And at this stage of the race, tyres, they were gone. I'm pretty sure we ended the race with the rears being on around 60, and I don't know what I was trying, but I tried to unlap myself, which was quite risky in doing so, because it could have ended the race. But coming on the lap 69, tyres were absolutely ruined, and we had 2 cars just now starting to catch up with us, and the Haas actually, surprising, on the last lap almost overtakes us, and we just had to defend of everything we had. And on the last lap, the Haas wasn't able to overtake us, and we were somehow able to hang on, so we were able to finish the race in 6th from the back of the grid. 14 positions were made.